Ember Witch. Book 1. The Lich. Volume 1. Black Tragedy. Chapter 4. Black Tragedy. September 19, 459 BME to October 31, 461 BME. Fragment 43. Grace and Fire. Syrya threw a large black dart into the tree line. It seared into the wood and exploded, making the tree fall to the forest floor. 3 purple darts shot back and Syrya threw up a black shield, deflecting all 3.
Good, you're getting faster. Now draw a weapon,
Syrya said, jumping down from the branch she was standing on and summoned a pole axe from thin air. Aries dropped from the tree, swinging 2 glowing blades. Syrya rolled away from the strike and deflected 4 more strikes from long range as she stood up. Aries dropped the twin swords and summoned a spear, then threw it. Syrya dropped the pole axe and summoned a shield in one hand and a black straight sword in the other. She blocked the spear throw and retaliated with a parry and riposte. Syrya jammed the sword into Aries' stomach and pulled her close.
You keep letting me parry that attack,
she said into her student's ear and pushed her away. The blade that Syrya had been using had disappeared just before it punctured Aries' skin.
I keep thinking it would work if I'm quick enough,
Aries said.
It's a good idea. Remember, you can augment your speed with color, but it will drain you very quickly,
Syrya replied and dropped her fighting stance and color at the same time.
I need to ask you something, Master,
Aries said.
What is it?
Syrya replied, looking a bit worried.
Your research notes on the gemstone state that you can extend the duration of any lingering spells. Like how you blocked my magic for a year before. You also stated that a human could possibly use their soul as a source of magic if they focused their soul through it. Do you think my mother could have been doing this in her sleep? Just like how I wasn't able to control my color before you started training me, could my mother in her grief and pain have pushed her soul into the necklace?
Aries asked, and Syrya thought for a moment.
It is possible. Why do you ask?
Syrya asked, and Aries reached into her bag to grab her notes.
I know this sounds insane, but I think there is a way this can work. This gemstone is not just a binding object. It acts differently, right? You were blocked from magic, yet you were still able to use your color by pushing your soul into the gem. What if you could use it from a distance?
Aries asked, and Syrya began to follow along.
It could be a challenge to project magic into something that's small from so far away, but I think you might be onto something here. We would need to test this theory, but with your mother's hatred of me, I don't think we could get our hands on it,
Syrya said, then looked to Aries.
What if I could take it from her?
Aries asked, and Syrya shook her head.
If you did, I'm sure we could test your theory, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Why not? She hasn't exactly been a good mother since we left Meridia. For God's sake, she locked herself in her room for days after we got back,
Aries said, and Syrya thought about it for a few moments.
Fine. If you get the necklace, we can study it, but again I have to ask why,
she said, and Aries looked into her eyes.
I want to bring my mother back. My real mother. Not the sad and broken woman she is now. If I can learn how to block the magic, I could bring her back,
Aries said, as tears began to well in her eyes. Syrya looked to her student with a sympathetic smile.
You are a better daughter than I am,
Syrya replied as she thought back to her own parents.